25 minutes to 9 o'clock Friday morning. Do you know the week's gone quick? Time's going quick, Dino. You notice that?
Yeah. Oh, how old are you now?
I'm 66.
Oh, 61. God,
Scary,
seems
yeah.
like yesterday.
I know.
I was sprinting about.
It's scary.
I seen a picture of myself on that golf
I
channel.
always remember
I looked
did
about
you?
70.
I remember a guy, he was subbing the cup final, Mickey Lambert for Ipswich in 78.
Remember?
He used to pick me up from my digs and take me training, and I was always late. I was terrible. Couldn't get out of bed, which is remarkable, really, when I've been doing this 26 years. But I couldn't get out of bed he picked me up at 9 o'clock, and I was still, hurry up, Brazil. He'd always tell me, he said, enjoy yourself. Well, I've tried. He said, enjoy yourself. He says, because when you get over 50, it flies. And how right
does.
he is.
Yeah.
How right he is.
Was you late all the time?
Not all the time, but I just, I was late too often, to be honest. If I want to hold my hands up, yeah, I was. I was a little bit,
Was he?
out of order.
When I was managing, I used to say to the players, you're not allowed to be late.
Yeah.
If you're late for training, you'd be late on the pitch, getting in the wall, getting in position, getting back. You're not allowed to be late. There's only two reasons I'll let you be late. I'll accept. One, you've been in a car crash on the way into training, and the other one is you're dead. I'll forgive you for that one.
So how important did you take football, Dino? See, for me, it was a job.
No,
A great job.
No, it was my
passion. I don't know. I'm nothing sort of. I didn't sort of long for everything. I just. This is good. I'm enjoying this. I just took things for granted. Not for granted, but just took things as they came.
Serious question then.
Yeah.
You were really talented, skillful, really talented footballer. Did you lack a bit of drive? To make you one of the world's... I'm not getting you wrong. You were world class, but to be...
No, I didn't, because even now I don't like losing at anything. Chess, Scrabble, don't like it.
Injury cost you then?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So you have got drive. You are.
Oh, yeah.
You did take it serious.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go up at this time in the morning for 26 years if I didn't have drive, would I?
No, but for playing football, did you really enjoy it?
Most of the time.
Did you? I wish I could play now. I'd love it.
Yeah.
I could still play. But
give or take, me. I don't wish I was playing now rather than when I played. When I played, I thought it was great. I thought there was more friendship, less money, more friendship, less people prying into what you were, like. Look, they earn a fortune now. I don't like the cheating. I don't like the diving. I don't like the feigning injury. There's a lot I don't like now.
I said to the strikers once, I think it was at Wrexham, 2 strikers, half time. I was raging. I said, you two, you're going to start running. I said, why do you think I'm not playing football anymore? Why do you think I'm not I'm a manager, I'm not playing anymore? They went, because you can't run.
Yeah.
I went, yeah, so if you're not going to run, I'll play.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. If we all don't run, I'm better than you. So start running or come and sit next to me.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Dean, the storyteller. And Arnold Clark. Get $7.50 off any used electric car or home charger. Time now for a bit of this.
Get in the ring to win on talkSPORT.
Okay, we have a new prize up for grabs, and this is Juste Sans Frontières. It's a knockout. We're giving you the chance to win 2 tickets to the highly anticipated rematch between Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Saturday, November 15. The prize includes a one-night stay at a 5-star hotel in London, plus £5,000, $5 grand. Spending money to make it an unforgettable weekend. Wow, brilliant. Listen up, here's how you can enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word BOX to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 13th of November at 1 p.m. and you need to answer our call to win. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Now, 5 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats from their first 10 games has Sunderland sitting in the top 4. Whoa. Up next, though, they take on Arsenal tomorrow evening, who will come up against a familiar face in Granit Xhaka. Let's get more on this with the man who won the Golden Boot with the club back in 2000. A good morning to the pocket rocket, great finisher, Kevin Phillips. Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kev.
Morning, Al. Morning, Dino.
Kev.
Dino, I'd have run around for you, mate. No problem.
You didn't have to run, Kev. You just have a look at the news of the world on Sunday morning. Phillips 2 again.
Those were the days. We'll come to
mate.
Haaland in a moment, his record is insane at the moment. But looking at the Arsenal, first of all, Kev, Gyokeres, it looks as if he's injured, but is he going to, I nearly said, is he going to make it at the highest level? What I mean is he going to score in the big, big games further down the season? Has he got the class to get one chance in a match in a quarter semi-final Champions League? Can he do that? Is he that type of player?
Well, I think first and foremost, what a blow for him as a player. I think he had his best 45 minutes in an Arsenal shirt, gets the goal and then picks up an injury. So, a huge blow for him and a blow for Arsenal because, he would have wanted that personally as a player. I've watched him and covered him for the years, over the years in the Championship at Coventry. And then he went out, went abroad and has developed into a really, really top player. And listen, you don't play for Arsenal under Arteta unless you've got something. So he believes that he can do it. And
he's Dino's type of player as well. Talking about run, he puts himself about.
And he's one of those. And exactly what he just said, if you're not having the best of games, just run around.
Yeah.
Go and be a nuisance, be a handful. And Arsenal have not had that for a while. They've been crying out for that striker. And, only time will tell. He can score goals. He's proved that he can score goals. But you're right. Can he do it in those
I hope he does. By the way, Kev, I'm not doubting him. I hope he does. Yeah. I've just something tells me, is he a Haaland? No. Is he... is he a Isak standard? Is he, is he right up there with is he one of the best in Europe at scoring? I'm not so sure. But I hope I'm wrong.
I'm glad Kev's on because I was going to ask him this. I mean, a lot of your success, the role of a striker has changed over the years. A lot of Kevin's success was like, for example, playing with Niall Quinn and you play in a circle around him. You're running for flick-ons, you're coming off his chest.
Keegan Toshak, that's it.
Some players can play well on their own up the middle. They prefer, like Vardy was better on his own, playing for Leicester up the middle, and he can run both ways. And some players would be better with a foil playing alongside him, whether it's a small player or a big player. I don't know, but what do you think, Kev? Because Gyokeres, Harry Kane, you got Isak, you got Ekitike. It's a different role now, isn't it?
Completely. Listen, if I came out of retirement and had to play up front on my own, I'd be useless, Dino. We were brought up playing in a pair. So I think, nowadays when you look at those top strikers, they've been brought up generally, playing as a lone striker. They learn the role. And you're generally now playing with inverted wingers who try to get alongside the strikers. If you come short, they're going to go long and run those channels where they didn't particularly do those. Back in the day, the wingers just used to take wingers, fullbacks on and get crosses in the box. So it's a completely different role. And I think Gyokeres is built for that. He will come short, but he will run the channels. He will make it a nuisance and he'll create space for other people to get into those. So, I think, I believe he will score the goals. He's playing in a team now where chances will come left, right and centre. And
we wish him well, Kev, because he's out there.
Of course,
he's out the Sweden squad as well. So
listen, a loss for Arsenal, but a game for Sunderland tomorrow.
Well, exactly. I'm going to come to Sunderland now. Hopefully, it's not long-term injury for the kid as well. Well, how have Sunderland managed this, Kev? It's remarkable.
It's actually blown me away. If I'm being completely honest, I think. From when they got promoted at the end of last season, I was there. It was incredible. And how quickly the promotion come. Then it was about, what does Sunderland do in the summer? There was rumours up here in the Northeast that they were just going to accept the money that you get for going up, sign a few players, and maybe just accept getting relegated and enjoy the league. But fair play to Dreyfus, for what he's done at that football club. The money invested, £183 million they spent on players. But what they didn't do, and I think I've already told you this, they didn't just go out and buy players for the sake of buying players. What not Forest did, 3 or 4 seasons ago. They went out and handpicked the type of players that they felt they needed to stay in the Premier League. And when you look at the signings, they went down the spine of the team with Roofs, Xhaka. They brought Zadiki in the midfield area. They've brought players in with experience, but what they brought in is energy as well. And defensively, they've looked at it and thought, if you need to survive in the Premier League, which we know, defensively, you have to be solid. If you're not going to score goals, don't concede. And that's what Sunderland have done this season. And you're always in a chance for winning a game. And,
Can they hold Arsenal?
well, this for me, it's the biggest test so far, of course. They had a test going to Chelsea the other week, but Chelsea are not in the same league as Arsenal. They're so inconsistent, whereas Arsenal are the most consistent team in the league. I'm going to be there tomorrow, and I'm really interested to see how Sunderland's set up tactically. Do they stay with 3 at the back, or do they revert back to a 4 and have a go at Arsenal? So it's really interesting to see how they do, but it's the biggest test so far. Listen, Arsenal are the best team in the league. They don't concede goals, and if you're going to sit in against them, they're going to grind you down, just like they did at Burnley last week. Whether they score a goal in open play or they score a goal from a set play, it's hard to keep them at bay. But listen, at that stadium with that crowd, it's been phenomenal this season. They'll give themselves a chance. I don't see Arsenal battering them, but it'll be a tough evening for Sunderland, that's for sure.
Kev, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the game. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers.
Kevin Phillips there, goal machine.